welcome to my channel and welcome to my website. My name is Daryl and this is Programming in Any Language. The website is www.black-duck.com. It's where you'll find all my videos organized in logical order. You can begin with the basics and then move on to advanced concepts. Or you can start with the speed track and build an application from scratch, which should pique your curiosity with a desire to learn more. Well, the loop section was concise. There are basically 3 loops in C# as we learned, and we covered them all. As you continue programming, you'll find that each of these loops can be used in a variety of different ways. A loop can even be nested in another loop. As we move through the next topics in C#, you'll find that we will make use of the loop in all of them. That will expose you to how varied they can be. But right now, let's put the loop to work with a simple application. And with that application, let's explore the concept of problem analysis. We may be tempted to just jump in and start coding, but without understanding what you're trying to do, what you're really trying to accomplish, the results will probably not be what you had in mind. We'll start with a program that creates a list of Fahrenheit temperatures based on a sequence of Celsius temperatures. A list basically. In other words, we'll use a loop to step through the Celsius temperatures and calculate the Fahrenheit equivalent with each pass. Let's look at this process in action. Okay, we're going to put together a little bit of an application that uses loops and demonstrates how you would actually build this thing. We're looking at it from a project standpoint, trying to solve a problem type thing and the pieces that go into that. And we're looking right now at the Celsius to Fahrenheit table. We're going to try and create a Celsius to Fahrenheit table. Let's say I'm watching Formula One. They're telling me that it's 30 degrees Celsius out in the air out there in Italy or whatever. I have no idea what that is. To me, that's cold. And actually, it's very hot when you look at it. So I want a formula that's going to, I want a project that's going to give me a list of all the Celsius degrees converted to Fahrenheit degrees. So we can take a look at that. Not a difficult thing and probably not a real needed app, but it's something we can do on our smartphones probably. But this will give you an idea of how a loop might work. So we're looking at this. We're going to assume that C is a Celsius temperature. And the following formula converts temperature to a Fahrenheit temperature, F. So F, or Fahrenheit, equals 9/5 times C plus 32. That's simple. If you're not good at math, no problems. The formula is right there. We'll just plug in some numbers and this thing will work. How you set it up is what you're going to be learning here. So we're going to create an application that displays the table of the Celsius temperature from 0 to 20 degrees Celsius and their Fahrenheit equivalents. They'll be side by side. The application will use a loop and display the temperatures in a list box. So we're going to use list boxes here. We're going to use loops here to make this thing work. But let's understand the problem first. That's what we want to do most. When you're solving any kind of problem, you want to follow a pattern. You want to take what you know and apply how you get there to get what you want to know. But when you're building that analysis of what you need, you've got to look at it kind of backwards. You got to look at, well, what do you want to know first? What do we want to know? We want to know the range, the Fahrenheit equivalent of a range of Celsius temperatures. The range should be 0 to 20 degrees Celsius. So that's our range. That's what we want to know. Okay. Yeah, we want to know. And what do we know now? That's the next thing we want to look at. So we look at what we do know, which is we know that Fahrenheit is equivalent to 1.8 times the Celsius temperatures plus 32, or formula equals 9/5 times C plus 32. So we have the formula. That's given to us. So basically, all we need to figure out is how to get there, that middle part. Okay, how do we get there? We set up C in a loop with a value of 0 through 20 and place the results in a list box. At the same time, we're going to place the Fahrenheit equivalent, the answer we get out of the formula, in a list box as well, side by side. So how do we do that? How do we figure this thing out? Well, we flowchart it. So let's go ahead and do that next. What we're going to do is we're going to take this flow diagrams program that I've got. It's a very inexpensive program. I've used it in other videos before. I could use pencil and paper, but I'll use this right away. And I'm going to basically create a flow chart of trying to do this thing. So we're going to put a start thing down here. We always want to put a start, and when you're not thinking about anything, you just kind of put that down here and you put down start. And let's build this thing up so we can actually see a little bit better. So it is 200%. We'll let it sit at that. That's what we're going to do. Okay, we put start up on the menu. next thing we want to do, we want to figure out what we're going to do. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to probably increment that counter we were talking about before. So we're going to take something like this, and we're going to set up C is equal to C minus 1. Or we're going to make equal to minus 1. We'll make it equal to minus 1. We're going to start out that way. That way you can do our loop. So the first thing we're going to do with our loop then is we're going to add 1 to it. So C is going to be equal to C plus 1. That'll make it equal to 0. That's our first one thing we want the Celsius temperatures to become. And then we're going to figure a way out. So if C is greater than, if C is, let's enter the text here, C is greater than 20, put a little question mark underneath here, we'll want to get out. We'll want to end the program. So put a little ending down here and just say end. And I want to put some text in here at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and look at our symbols. And here's our text box right here. We're going to create a yes. So we got one right here. Yes. Yep. I always have trouble with this guy. We can now take it and shrink it down. And if C is greater than 20, let's make that D look better. We want to take this guy and put him roughly here. Make a copy of this right away. This will be the no value. And we'll take no and put it up here. Okay. So if C is greater than 20, we're going to end the program. If it's not, we're going to apply our formula. So we'll take our process and we'll basically say that F is equal to 9 divided by 5 times C plus 32. That'll be our formula. Then what we want to do, we want to go ahead and display C and display F. Those will be displayed in a list box. And that'll be the extent of it. So now let's go ahead and put some arrows on this thing so we can tie this thing together and show you the loop. So we'll go ahead and grab a straight line and we'll pop this thing right up here. And we'll try to be as neat as we can. And what I'll do is I will make the arrows the same size. So I kind of put these things together. I think it'll be a slight difference when I look at this thing. That's looking good. Copy this guy. Put them down here, grab them, put them over here, do another one, put it over here, do another one, put it over here. We'll adjust that in a minute. This in place here. And this guy is going to get moved up a little bit so it looks better. This thing has to come down maybe a hair, so it's tied in. This particular arrow is going to come down a bit, so it's tied in. Move it over. This is not the best program in the world for doing this thing, but it works pretty well. And we'll tie this one by moving it like this, and we're all set to go. And we need one more. We'll grab this guy again and bring it down here and move it over there and just tie it up on top to our diamond, which we use for if statements. Now, the only thing we need to do is, once we've gotten to this point here, displaying the C and the F, what do we do next? Well, very simple. we end up coming back to this spot right here. And we'll grab another we'll grab another line. Just move it up here like this. Oops. Tie it in. Bring it all the way over. Let's bring this guy over there too so I can do this. Control C, Control V. Make it nice and even by kind of making the arrows in the same place, and they'll pop in right over here. We'll then turn this thing into a just a line. We won't have any. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually change his value, what he actually looks like. And the way I do that is I copy this guy, put on, and I change his type to a straight line. And the same thing with this one. I'm going to make it a straight line. Then tie it together. Looks like we're going to be fine. All we're missing is the arrow piece down here. We'll bring this down, and we're okay. So now what you see, we're starting the program. C is equal to -1. Okay, great. We add 1 to it, making it 0. So it starts out at 0. We check to see if it's greater than 20. It's not. So we apply our formula to get F. So 9/5 times 0 is plus 32. It makes 32 the answer. So we'll display the 0, we'll display the 32, go back and add 1 to C. C is now a 1. Is it greater than 20? No. We then can go ahead and apply it. 9 divided by 5 times 1 plus 32 is going to give us the Fahrenheit temperature. And we also have the Celsius temperature from the C. It's 1. Go around again. C is equal to 2. We add 1 to it. We keep doing this over and over again and applying it to the list box. And we finally get to be 21, when C plus 1 is equal to 21. The if statement will then check to see if this is greater than 20. And it will be if it's 21. At that point, we'll end the program and we're done. That's it. That's all we need to do. So we look at our Fahrenheit table now, our Celsius Fahrenheit table, and we've got that flowchart going. So now at this point in time, we can actually write the code. That's what we'll do next. Okay, well, surprise, surprise. We did the analysis and we used a flowchart to plan the application, and it really didn't take all that long. What we ended up with was a flowchart model that we can use when writing the code. And writing the code is what we're going to do in the next video. What you need to take out of this video is understand the problem. What do we really want to know? Also, what do we know now? Plan how to get there. The flowchart makes an excellent tool. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to use the website for easy access to all my videos. If you get a chance, please subscribe. That way, you'll be notified when something new is available. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.